How are you getting on today, folks? How are you all doing? Welcome back to another video. This video we're doing a bit of baler repairs / maintenance. Don't know what you'd class it as, but anyways, I'll go up to the baler here and show you what you're at. We're doing a bit of cleaning up there. Aiden is giving the 516 a well overdue clean up. But yeah, I'll go through the baler here. And yes, it does need a good blow down and clean, so get these jobs done and hook it on and do all that outside. Might even give it a bit of a wash up around here, we'll see. Anyways, first jobs first. I've kind of started here with the part out. So you won't, you mightn't realise what I'm at here for a minute, but I'm doing the net clutch. There's two clutch pulleys on the net. This is one. I think I have a new one here for this as well, because you can see the teeth is ate off it. It's kind of a ratchet setup. There's it's a one-way pulley, and the ratchet, it's just the ratchet effect, very simple as you can see, is just to stop the net pulling backwards, or especially the bar wrap if you're going along the road now and the wind is blowing it all around the place and that, and a windy day, it'll be letting it back out. So that's the idea of this little tool here. You pop that lad up, then if you want to pull the bar wrap out, it lets it back. So that's one, that's working okay. It needs a new cog. I have that full unit there. I might just put the whole lot in as well. And the unit down here packed up, I think I mentioned in the video, I robbed it's an electronic clutch pulley. It's on the bench. I'll go through that in a second. We're also doing this foam roller up here because it is getting pretty wore out. The bar wrap does that to it over time. I've never replaced that. I'm guessing that's the genuine one that's in it, because the baler was only 3 years old and I got it. So I don't think, I presume it wouldn't have been changed, but we had issues there the last year we were baling. The net was wrapping around this roller, and what's happening is, you might be able to see here, the roller is breaking down, and it seems to do it worse than a hot day. It's breaking down and it's gone into a gluey, tacky stuff, and it's wrapping around this steel roller here, and that then is, the net is clinging to that. So the net was actually breaking my heart there one of the busy days. So I ended up putting the bar wrap in altogether, and we used the net for the hay. All right, we're throwing a bit of talcum powder and stuff on it just to keep it going, just to nurse it along. So out with that rubber roller, foam roller, and in with a new one. I have new bearings and bushings as well and stuff like that first. I was told to check these hinges as well, where the knife pivots on it. The knife pivots there. You can't see it too well, but you'd see as I'm going, fixing it. I also need a new foam roller down here as well. So I'm going to get one of them as well, because that one, as you can see, is getting pretty wore out too. A lot of the problem that happens with this is when you're going along the road, chippings and that, or freshly tarred road, throws them up on it and it eats in through it. You'd see them stuck to it at times. So I'll just show you. Oh yeah, one other thing here now. We have to do is a film sensor. This boy here, I'm not sure which one it is. This, or film sensor, or cap it's called as well. There's a radio unit in there, and that corresponds with this little box up there. I'll go through when I'm doing it again, and I'll show you how to calibrate in the new one as well. But anyways, that detects if the plastic breaks. Naturally enough, these rollers stop spinning, and the signal breaks down between here and up there, the box up there, and it tells you your plastic is broke or ran out. So one of them is playing up, so I got two of them, and so we'll put that in as well. Anyways, this is our clutch unit here. I robbed that one off 5500 for that baler, but I switched it back there, and I'm going to put the brand new one in the Fusion. It makes more sense because that'll be doing more. That's pretty much it. You have a pulley. This gets 12 volts in here, and it magnetizes, and it sticks to that. Then it locks the pulley in. You can actually see it from the cab. When you hit the button, you can see it pulling together. Very simple setup. I've never done anything with one before, but they're pretty simple. You've got little bushing in there then as well, keep them separate. These are our film sensors here. What else? Oh yeah, this is our foam roller here then as well. Yeah, there she is. So get that in as well, get all them bits done. Get set up here and set you up and see what I'm at. Now, so I'd update you a bit on the 638 because I was kind of half showing you bits in the last video what was going on. Still have the yank at home here for another few days anyways. Keeping them busy. Yeah, so ended up putting in 2 new mass cylinders for the brakes. Nice and handy. Just ordered them up and got them in tune and brogans. So it's awful handy to be able to get stuff like that. Had them the next morning, straight in, bled them up, and away with it. What else? Gave it a good clean out. It's actually with this cover off here, like any this used dealing with air cooled engines, you know, keep that clean there and that. But it's funny, this cooler down here, which is for what's that bottom cooler? Back end oil or hydraulic?
It's for the
transmission. Yeah.
That's transmission, hydraulic, and engine oil is inside that cover.
Oh yeah, they're different in the 638 compared to the 661, with the lower slope bonnet and that everything is more compact. Even this cooler now and this 661 is full length. But anyways, this cooler here is kind of a funnel down, but it was actually caked up with dirt down in it. Like small simple things you say, oh well, that's an obvious thing now, you should spot it, but we didn't. It was well caked up. In again the heads again, and there was a nice bit of dirt in it. Now we would be keeping a fair good eye on that, but probably should have been kept cleaner. But anyways, that's that. So that was all blown out, hot washed, everything, the whole engine while the bonnets were off, and all the brakes bled up. There was this tractor was warm and ticking over. There was a buzzer coming on for back end oil pressure. The oil getting a bit in hotter there because that cooler may be part of the problem. Now it was never getting overly hot, like, because you'd leave your hand in the back end, it'd be okay, it'd be getting hot enough, like, but so John had the back wheel off there. I think there's another bit of an oil leak in there. The back wheel was off and there was wires in there on a sensor that were pretty much broke away, and that was the sensor for the back end oil pressure. So I'd say that was the problem we had running yesterday, driving around and all that, and he said it was fine, there was no buzzer coming on. So just doing small bits and pieces like that, give it all a good blowout, hot wash, blew it all out and underneath there while the wheels were off, or while that wheel was off, and just give it a good old clean up, tidy up. Oh, and also as you can see here, it's a bit of bad news for you young lads that like loud tractors, that like listening to this, because the standard exhaust is going back on it. That is a pure sign that you're getting old when you're taking straight pipes off tractors and putting the standard ones back on, because it's just too noisy. Just when you're in it all day raking and all that, it's too loud. So that's going back on it for now. That was an exhaust. That was the original one we got with it. It's a bit battered. It's not too bad. It's good enough for now, but we might try get a new one, get our hands on a new one first. So yeah, John's just tidying up the last few bits there, and need to get the aircon charged, but we can do that with the bonnet on it. And yeah, that's it with that pretty much. Yeah, I'm going to set you up here somewhere and you can see me putting in this pulley and doing these few bits in the baler. So this is our new pulley assembled on the little shaft that goes in here. You can probably hear the rain starting to pelt off the roof of the shed as well. Seems to be the way the summer is turning, which is not overly ideal, but anyway. Yeah, handy enough to get this in here now. Its own original clutch, what I was told was, it happens the wire just breaks in there. They're not a very common problem, I don't think, or anything like that. So, I think I mentioned already, that I had robbed the pulley off the other baler, the 5500. So I said I put the new one back on this, and just makes a bit more sense. Get her tightened up here and get the belt on. This plugs in here somewhere. Oh yeah. Just simple 2-wire plug. What'd you say?
These yoke still surprise me every time with the bonnet back on it.
Yeah. Oh, it all fits under there. Yeah, get the belt on here now. I have to take this belt off again, but I'll just show you here the way it goes. Make sure the pulley is in right and all that. That's it. Nice and simple. That's just your tensioner mechanism there. It keeps constant tension on it. And that's connected to a roller shaft that's gone into run the rollers in the baler. So that's spinning freely all the time. And the center is spinning, yeah. And then when the netter engages, it magnetizes there and locks in the pulley. Turns this, gives it one rotation or something, I don't know, it doesn't need to give it much, and feeds in your rollers like that, feeds your net in, and away you go. So next job, I'll probably put it on time lapse because I don't know, I need to suss out this job about taking off this roller here and that unit. I've never done it before, so do a bit of figuring out. So I'll stick you on time lapse and you can see it then. So now we've our, that's the old roller out, old bushings and bearings. It's a nylon bushing with a bearing in the center. Those out, new ones in. They're just held in with a little clip there, nice and handy. This bushing here, I kind of butchered it out that one because it was just stuck to it as the easiest thing. Put a slit in with the grinder and split it, and out she came. So yeah, all new. Just give that a bit of a clean up there, and just gonna jump up here in the baler and give the roller, the steel roller that it runs against, quick bit of a clean. Be careful now, don't fall on top of my head here. This roller here, real fine sandpaper, just to get that dirty old stuff off it, so the net doesn't have a grip. That needs to be real fine, no grip, because if the net gets a grip under the plastic, it'll just play havoc. That's what was happening to me. So I'm just going to tear into this, give it a quick clean up, and we'll show you putting her back together then. Now that's cleaned up pretty well. I know I've paint gone off it there in spots and that, and it might actually look rough, but to rub your hand across it, it is smooth as silk. Yeah, so you want that roller like glass, like smooth as could be, because the smallest little nick or anything like that, and you can see there where it's got a tack to a Stanley knife before. So See the marks there to rub your hand across, and they're smoothened out now, but you don't want that grippy because that will break your heart with the net. Sticking onto it and stuff like that. So I even gave it a bit of wire brushing on the edges here, and then gave it a good kind of wet sanding with fairly fine sandpaper. So that is in good shape now. So I'm just having a quick glance around stuff while I'm up here. Probably should have washed the baler before I came up here at all, but baler's off the tractor at the moment and it was in the shed and dry, so I just tore into it. Just you'd see a bit more when it was washed, that's all now. Do you know if you had a crack on something or that? There's a panel down there that I need to weld already that I've seen. Came off that side unit there. But as in it is up here, we are ready to put our roller and knife unit back in again. I'll show you the crack here. Try to push myself getting down. This little panel here. Where are we at all? Here. Don't know if you can see that there now. That's cracked there and cracked along here. So I'll give that a little clean up and just weld it up. I suppose it's the weak point on it there. That is your knife trip sensor. That senses when your knife is tripped off and the back door will open. So whether or not the bar that comes up that reads, whether or not that got a slap before and that's why it's cracked, I don't know. But look, it's fatigue, wear and tear. Yeah, fatigue, wear and tear over time. So yeah, I'll give that a bit of a clean up there and we'll weld it up and get that bad boy back in. Not too bad. There's actually a little piece broke out and a bit broke out of here, so I'll weld the rest of it up, throw a little paint on it maybe. Yeah, see the piece broke out here as well. Don't ask me how that happened, or is there something that I'm missing, but I don't think so. I think I'll just fill that with weld. Looks like it just broke clean out of it. Maybe there was supposed to be a bolt there, but I don't think so. Sensor just sticks on there. Took the sensor out, just stop it getting hot, burn it out, but get this welded up and stick her back together. There, making progress slowly. I think I have this on the wrong way around. But it is not a big job to switch it anyway. I just kind of threw it on there, half guessing, to be honest. Good job too, if you're at a job like this, is to take pictures before you go opening. I took a few pictures, didn't take a picture of that, but it's no biggie. can actually leave it off for now. So that means, oh yeah, that's it. That's the way it goes. And that the sensor goes up in here. Can you see where I'm on about? Yeah, sensor goes up from the back, and that's the receiver for the sensor. So yeah, I'll actually put that back on now again. I'm using thread locker too, because I did see the trace of thread locker on some bolts that I took off, and I can see why, because it gets a fair pounding up here. Anton with the net, because there's a fair bang off the knife when it goes off. I'm not sure if there's thread locker on these bolts or not, but yeah, there was. You can just see the bare remnants of it there. Don't know if you can see it on camera or not, but thread locker up. Better safe than sorry, because yeah, when the knife goes off, it does take a fair bang every time. So better have a small bit on than without. It's coming together grand. Now I think anyways, hopefully I've nothing left out that I need to dismantle it again, put back in, but should be okay. Things are lining up nicely and all that sort of crack. Could do it a couple of extra hands for some of this, and also smaller hands. But we'll have to make do with what we have. A bit more work to it than what I originally thought, but it's no big deal. Kind of had the day for doing it, so I didn't mind. We're gone mowing there now as well, actually, at the moment. So tomorrow doesn't look too hectic, but we'll have grass on the ground, and we'll be. That means we'll get baling the next day then again. So we will. I'm also on two minds and doing a bit of sticking the F550 on, or the 5500 on the 638 or the 661. And getting a neighbour to wrap them. Kind of a bit of an old school video. I'd like to get that done before the season is out, but we'll see how it goes. I'd definitely like to get it done, or to get it out, because just a cool old outfit. Because yeah, see plenty of fence and baling with fusions, but yeah, there isn't many of the old school outfits out running now. So just nice, even just for video content, be nice to go and get it done, or to go and do a video on it. So it would. It's great too doing these jobs, because you get it. Like, I've never done anything up here with the netter on this. You're taking off covers, panels, stuff that hadn't been off for maybe ever since the baler was made. You just might see loose bolts. You might see crack on it, small little crack. Run of the welder, no more than what the bit of welding I done there earlier. Can you see it at the moment? It's down in there. Got a bit of paint on as well, so it's plenty good now. You just get to see things like that you wouldn't normally see. When you have we're running an older baler, you need to be going through it either yourself or someone mechanically minded, or your dealer or whatever. Very important, because the days you're out baling, it needs to be running right. Best you can. There's certain things are out of your control that you won't see in that, but these bits and pieces do make your days easier again when you get baling. Anyways, I'm going to tighten up here, and we'll update you in a few minutes. Now we're fairly well tightened up there. Everything is lined up 100%. That's a bit wobbly there because the other one of these rollers, aluminium rollers, goes on here, and that kind of makes the whole thing rigid, ties it all together. This is a new, I think I mentioned it there when I was taking off the old one. This is a new one-way pulley, one-way bearing and pulley and cog, I suppose. The unit I was on about, where it stops with the little ratchet, where it stops the net or the bar wrap making its way back. Had that on the shelf. Sound like a big operator now, but had that on the shelf about 3 years, because I seen the other one getting a bit dodgy looking, so I just got one. So I'm going to put that in now as well. So that will be a problem less for another day. So it just pops in there. It's a tightish fit on the shaft, so I will need to give it a bit of gentle persuasion with the hammer. I don't know if you see me pulling out the old one or not. I think you did on the time lapse. Yeah, that tips in there like so. Just double checking that I have nothing else left out. Before I push it or tap it in. No, don't think I'm fairly good. This might be slightly frowned upon now by the mechanics and McHale's. To be hitting a bearing in like that, or by any mechanic. Because you don't want to be, it's not too bad hitting it like that, but you don't want to be hitting it too hard. I think give it another tap. I'm not sure if it's in all the way or not. Yeah, that's her. So a thread locker. Oh, too much. So a thread locker, tighten her up, and that'll be that part back on. Throw the belt back on that. Give that a tap at the impact gun, 13 socket if I have it. Yeah, I can get that anyways. That's that back. No, I won't put the belt back on yet just in case. I want to put a few more bits back. Yeah, getting there. No, so that's that. Job finito. I need to tension them, alright. Them two springs. There and that one there. That just keeps the two rollers squeezed together because you need it tight for the net. That steel one presses right in against that foam roller. And that's the reason why it is a foam roller, so you can squeeze it right in and it'll have a bit of grip. So you have two steel rollers there, would not work. Yeah, so that's it. I have to gather up my tools and all that, but that's the job for tomorrow morning. I'm going to leave it at that for today's video. I'll show you how to do the film sensors again, because there's a bit of an act programming them and that. I'll get that in, might be the next video or a video again, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Glad to have that done now. Weather's kind of picking up, so we need to have it out and rocking again. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Good luck.